Hey people, what up? It's me, IG88 Gorgon, and I'm here today with a video that you've probably not seen the style of from me before. So, this video is about the Lucio changes that are currently going on in the PTR for Overwatch. Now, I know you've probably seen every Overwatch channel that you actually care about talk about this already, and so I'm just here because, whatever. By the way, I'm sick. That's probably why I sound like crap. Anywho, let's get going. So, I'm a big Lucio player, and so I understand his massive amount of value to the game. So, Blizzard is changing him in a way that makes him more fun to play, as they called it. And so, I'm going to go through the changes and what I think of them. What has happened to Lucio is that he has had his gun, the sonic amplifier, his projectile, which is currently on the live client very, very slow, hard to aim, not the easiest for killing things because of the fact that it's hard to aim and has very low damage. Each projectile only does 16 damage, which, it's not great. You can't hit all 4 shots. So what they've done is increase the projectile speed from 40 to 50, whatever that means, which makes him better at hitting shots. And so I don't really like this because it makes me think that people are going to start playing Lucio more as a DPS than as a support, which worries me because his job is not to be getting kills all the time. His job is to be keeping his team alive. So that is something that already I don't like. Next thing on his gun, his alternate fire, or his boop, as everyone likes to call it, has been changed in a good way. I like this change, so that it now considers the vertical orientation when doing knockback. So vertical orientation means that, well, previously on the live client, Lucio cannot boop up or down, which is useful, but this will make him more useful. This is a massive change that is going to be great for Lucio because his boop is really useful for getting enemies out of position. And so this is going to make it better. And I know I just said that I don't like Lucio being in DPS, but this is sort of something that I'll accept because I mean if you're in the middle of a team fight with 2 death balls clashing, then you want to have the upper hand and run in there while you're still supporting your team because of your auras and be able to boop the enemy right out of position so that your team can hopefully kill him. If, for example, you could boop the Ryan out of position and then a friendly Mei could put up a wall behind the Ryan preventing his escape, and then you could just obliterate him and then wipe the rest of his team, take the point or objective or whatever it is. So I really like this change. Next thing is wall ride. So his wall ride is something that is so much fun to use. I love it. I mean, it never really has had too much of a purpose other than, I guess, survivability if you're the only one on a point. So I guess that's its purpose. And I mean, I guess it helps prevent you from falling off of cliffs and stuff, but I mean, it's never been too useful. So now they've made it more useful and more fun at the same time, by making it so that when you wall ride, your movement speed is increased by 30%. So that is massive. I think it makes it so you're going around the same speed as when you use your speed amp. I think it puts you at around that speed automatically. So that is a good thing, and that should definitely stick around. And also, when he jumps off of a wall, he gets a burst of speed, which is nice. It's a nice little change, makes wall riding more useful than just fun. Also, his healing has been buffed quite a bit. So his healing per second has been increased to 50%. That's a massive change. I don't like this. Because, yeah, it'll mean that he can heal a lot more, but this means that he can heal a lot more. And his main role is his speed. Like, he's the only character in the game that controls speed, and that's massively important for death balls. So really the only time you should be off of speed is if you're in the middle of a team fight or on a point and your team is already on the point with you, or if you're in an emergency situation trying to get back to your team when they've been wiped and you're the only one left alive and you know that you can't take a point on your own, or you're on a payload on your own or something like that and you want to get away but you're on low health, something like that. That is where you need to be on healing instead of speed. But this is too much because, I mean, it makes it so that you can stay alive and keep your team alive a lot more efficiently. And I know I'm sort of rambling at this point, but I mean, that's just not his job. So I think that they've gone a little bit overboard with this over at Blizzard. Don't know what's going through their heads, but they wanted to make him more of a healer. And so I respect that, but 50% is too much. I think maybe scale it back to 30% or even 20% increase instead of 50%, because I mean, his healing is super weak, even with just, I mean, it's really best with the amp, but you really should be saving that amp for speed boost. I would say that this so far sounds mostly like just a buff. Like, I mean, it is a buff just from that, but I'm sure you've probably heard this from the Overwatch channels that you actually care about, but a massive nerf has gone to his kit with his crossfade or his auras. The AoE has been decreased from 30 meters, which is very long range. I'm pretty sure from what you can, like, on Eco Point Antarctica, you can heal from like the entire map away or whatever. That's really big. And they've decreased that all the way down from 30 to 10. Think about that. Like, that's crazy. That is a crazy nerf. And this makes him so much less effective in a dive comp, because main thing of Lucio's use in dive comps is that he can not only speed you onto the point faster, which dive comps are already super fast, or should be, but he can heal everyone at the same time, and they can be spread out still. So now they're making it so that he's really just useful in Death Ball, which I really don't like. He's either really good in just Death Ball, or he has to start pocketing. And I really don't like the concept of Lucio having to pocket, like a Mercy, or an Ana, or a Zenyatta. They all have to pocket heal in dive comps especially. So I really don't like this. It completely balances out the heal increase. And I think 30 meters is massive. So I think decreasing it is a good idea. Maybe decrease it to 20 or 25 instead of 10. 10 is just too small. And plus, it doesn't go through walls either. So when you're wall riding, which is something that I see people doing a lot more, you're only going to have a 5-meter radius to affect your team with. And that is massively a nerf in a way that will make him just not as useful on a team play level. And so this is where my worry comes in with Lucio, is that he'll become less of a team play pick and more of a selfish pick. And I don't like that, because that is the way that Overwatch solo queue is played in most cases, where you'll be in a game with other solo queuers and none of you are going to do team play unless you get lucky and everyone on your team recognizes that they need to work together. What I'm afraid of is that people will start seeing Lucio as more of a DPS disruptor in the same vein as Winston is. I really, want that to not happen, because I hate the solo queue style of play where nobody groups up. And since nobody groups up, this meter, this aura decrease in range is just only going to be useful in super close-knit comps like triple tank. We all want that to come back, don't we? Triple tank and very closely knit death balls. So while Blizzard is trying to make Lucio more fun, quote unquote, I think they've sort of destroyed a little bit of the team play aspect. So that is a bad thing. And I think that changes need to be messed with a little bit more. So hopefully they don't go live just in this way that they are on the PTR right now. But that is my opinion. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. This is IG Gorgon signing out. Peace.